Hello and welcome to Ferris Sports Update. I'm your host, Rob Bentley, and thanks for tuning in. On today's show, we'll update you on Bulldog hockey along with Ferris State men's and women's basketball as all three teams wrapped up their seasons this past week. And we'll start first with Bulldog hockey and joined by head coach Bob Daniels. Coach, first of all, welcome to the show.
Good to be here, Robert.
I know maybe not the way you wanted it to end, but got to be really proud of what your team was able to do on the ice this year and getting the program headed in the right direction.
Yeah, I am, and we were able to finish sixth. Moved up in the standings late in the year. Had a strong second half, and you know what I just really enjoyed this team a lot, Rob. I enjoyed working with them. I thought they were very self-directed, worked hard all the time. I think it bodes well for the future. So in really very easy, great in the classroom, great in the community. Just really proud of the team that we had, and they fought right to the end for us. You know, we obviously going to lose some seniors, but return a lot. But the guys we lost did, I think, a great job putting us and pointing us in the right direction for the future.
Obviously, was the end of your career, 33 seasons as the head coach, and I know you kind of wanted to keep the focus on this year's team and felt like you owed it to them here at the end of the season.
Yeah, I certainly did. I like this team a lot. Even in the first half when we were struggling to win, we were playing well. And I thought they, you know, deserved every bit the opportunity to have a great season. And while we didn't hit the marks we wanted to, we hit a lot of marks. And those guys, they work so hard every day. You know what it's like. You're around basketball and football, and you know what all the athletes are like. They work so hard. They deserve every opportunity to have a successful season.
As we go to some of the highlights, we'll look back at the playoff series against St. Thomas, and we talked off air coming in, the two hottest teams maybe in the CCHA going at it.
Yeah, we really were the two hottest teams in the second half of the year. I think we finished the year 8-3-1 in our last 12 games. So we were on a roll. Probably the only team with a better record during that time period was St. Thomas, and they finished third. And so it was, in some respects, a shame that we had to face each other in the first series. I know St. Thomas now has advanced. They're going to be in the finals against Minnesota State. Wouldn't surprise me to see St. Thomas win it. They're playing that well. This first game here, we played there earlier in the year. We only played twice in both games during the regular season. We're at St. Thomas. And the first game, I think we were down 6-4 after the first period. 10 goals, and I thought, well, that'll never happen again. And here we are in the first, I think, I don't know what that made it, 3-3. And I'm like, what the heck? We had a repeat again. And you just don't see that. It was wild. And so at the end of the first period, it was only 7 goals instead of 10 here. But it was 4-3, and you know, wondering what's going on.
Scoring obviously slowed down a little bit here from this point forward. Maybe just talk about the performance overall of your team here in Game 1.
Yeah, you know, overall we didn't play poorly. I thought they played really well. Here was a chance at a 1-goal differential. I thought that was a call. But, you know, I'm not a referee either, but I did feel like they got away with one there. So I thought we played pretty well in this game. I knew there was some adjustments we had to make going into Game 2 to tighten up defensively. I think it's a credit to the guys. They made those adjustments. They really tried to apply them. One of the adjustments we made was we had a hard time handling them in our defensive zone. They were a handful. And so we started double teaming and swarming in the corners. And even though, you know, they ended up beating us 4-1, but the fourth goal was an empty net. We held them to 3. We had a lot of great chances. If it wasn't for their goaltender, I mean, the game was really an even game.
As we go to the highlights of Game 2, I know you've been through this before, but for the players, what's it like kind of knowing your season's on the line here in this second game?
Well, obviously they're going to give their all, and they're like I said, what I was really impressed is our change in the defensive zone was not something we had done this year. We had done it in previous years, but it was what we call a swarm, and so they're hyper intense, hyper focused, knowing their season's on the line. And they're going to make whatever adjustments. But we knew if we had a chance to win the series, we were going to have to make a change in between games. And you can see at the end of one, it was 0-0. Chances were almost identical, even. Throughout the game, shots on net, we're always winning like 2 or 3 shots. So, you know, we're getting late in the game. It's still 0-0. The guys really did a great job. Here we have a turnover. You know, obviously not something you want. But we're doing so much better. We actually played very well in this game. We got caught flat-footed on the blue line with a forward covering for a D. But Noah West played great in net on this night, too, and so did their goaltender.
Obviously, your seniors meant a great deal to Bulldog hockey, and here trying to get you back in the game here in night number 2.
Yeah, now we're down 2-0. Again, you can see those shots on net. Chances were pretty much dead even. So we were sticking with it. We weren't backing off. We had a great chance there to get within 1. So we're down 2-0 at the end of 2, but we felt pretty good going into the third period. We knew we were playing them dead even, and you can see we're getting chances. We're just not able to capitalize.
Having opportunities here in the third, and obviously you needed some goals. Maybe just didn't quite get those goals in the back of the net.
Well, right there we're pressing to try to tie it, and they get the goal. But we came right down, and we're going to score here to make it 3-1 with, 2.5 minutes to go. We pulled the goalie. We had some good looks when we pulled the goalie. They ended up getting the empty netter. But it was, like I said, 4-1 is not indicative of the play. We played a good game, could have easily won. Rolled that game out against a lot of different teams. We probably do win the game. Just not against St. Thomas. Like I said, they're, both teams went in as the hottest 2 teams in the CCHA, and it really was, too bad that we had to face off against each other in the first round.
I know we'll talk more about your coaching career here in the weeks ahead, but obviously to go out with this group, what did it mean to have these guys, the seniors, being part of your final team?
Wow, no, great group. Not only the seniors, but the juniors, sophomores, freshmen, just such a great group of guys. And, I foresee nothing but the best for them moving forward. It was a true pleasure to coach this group, a true pleasure. And I feel very fortunate that after 33 years, my last year ended on such a positive note, in terms of how I felt about the group and how much I enjoyed the season.
What about the support of maybe the community and obviously those involved with Bulldog hockey here in the final season?
Well, I'd be remiss first if I didn't mention our assistant coaches, Drew Famlak, Mark Kaufman, Dave Sensor, true friends of mine, goes way beyond the ice arena. We've watched each other's kids grow up. We're very close, been through the good times, bad times together. So owe them a debt of gratitude. Love the Big Rapids community, love the Ferris State community. To me, they're one and the same. But I living here for 33 years in a city such as Big Rapids, it's been a treat. And, living or working at a university like Ferris State has been, beyond my wildest dream.
Well, Coach, thanks for the time. Thanks for all you've done for Bulldog hockey. And I know we'll talk again soon, but
Sure.
Congratulations on all that was accomplished this season.
Thank you, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.